I pray you tell me where a gentle maiden dwelt named Yum Yum, the word of cocoa.
And what may be your business with Yum Yum?
I'll tell you. A year ago, while I was with the Titty-Poo Town Fire, I saw Yum Yum. We loved each other at once, but she was betrothed to her guardian Coco, a cheap tailor, and I saw that my suit was hopeless. Overwhelmed with despair, I quitted the town. Judge of my delight when I heard that Coco had been condemned to death for flirting. I hurried back in hopes of finding Yum Yum at liberty.
It is true, Coco was condemned to death for flirting.
But he was reprieved at the last moment.
And raised to the exalted rank of Lord High Executioner.
Under the following remarkable circumstances, which we are at liberty to express to you in a form of song.
But how good of you to condescend to tell all this to me, a mere strolling minstrel.
Don't mention it. I am, in point of fact, a particularly haughty and exclusive person of pre-Adamite ancestral descent. I can trace my ancestry back to a protoplasmic primordial atomic globule. Consequently, my family pride is something inconceivable. I cannot help it. I was born sneering. But I do struggle hard to overcome this defect. I mortify my pride continually. When all the chief officers of state resigned at once because they were too proud to serve under an ex-tailor, did I not assume all of their posts at once?
And all the salaries attached to them. You did.
It is consequently my degrading duty to serve this upstart as First Lord of the Treasury, Lord Chief Justice, Commander-in-Chief, Lord High Admiral, Master of the Buckhounds, Groom of the Backstairs, Archbishop of Titipu, and Lord Mayor, all rolled into one. A poobah, paid for his services. I, a sounding minion. But I do it. It revolts me. But I do it.
And he does you credit.
But I do not stop at that. I go and dine with middle-class people on reasonable terms. I dance at cheap suburban weddings for a month. And I also retail state secrets at a very low figure. For instance, any further information about yum-yums would fall under the heading of a state secret. Another insult. Young man, despair, likewise go to yum the fair. You must not rule, it will not do. I'm sorry for you, you very imperfect ablutioner. They'll vow their pact extremely soon. In point of fact, this afternoon, a honeymoon with that buffoon at some commences, so you should know. And the brass will crash, and the trumpets ring, and the hot to dash the wedding day. She'll toddle away as with the Lord High Executioner. And the brass will crash, and the trumpets ring, and the hot to dash the wedding day. She'll toddle away as with the Lord High Executioner.
Journeyed for a month or nearly to learn that young whom I
I say, old chap, we've got an hour and a half of this to get through, and you're going on this way, something won't do.
journeyed for a month or nearly to learn that young whom I love so dearly. Oh, this day to Coco is to be my turn.
ounces, liberated then on bail, all mere recognized ounces, wafted by a favoring gale, and sometimes is in trances, to a height that few can scale, say by long and weary dances, surely never had a male, under such like circumstances, so adventurous a tale, which may rank with most romances. Taken from the county jail, by a set of curious chances, surely never had a male, so adventurous a tale. Defer to the Lord High Executioner. Defer to the noble Lord, to the noble Lord, to the Lord High Executioner. Bow down, to the Lord High Executioner. Defer to the noble Lord High Executioner. Gentlemen, I am much touched by this warm reception. I can only hope that by strict attention to duty, I shall continue to deserve such favors. I should be happy to think that if I'm ever called upon to act professionally, chop chop, there shall be plenty of people whose loss will be a distinct gain to society at large. As someday it may happen that a victim must be found, I've got a little list of society offenders who might well be underground and who never would be missed, There's the telephone solicitors who darling in a hall, those anger men and talk show hosts who claim to know it all, and folks who know the television better than their yard, those couch potatoes turning buttered popcorn into lard, and venom venting, air resenting Marxist feminists. I got them on the list. He's got them on the list. He's got them on the list. And they none of them be missed. They none of them be missed. There are those who think their voices are a blessing to our race. No soprano soloist. I got her on the list. And the musical director who has just now lost her place. She never would be missed. She never would be missed. There's the pluralistic content praising in a reverent tone. Each multi-value, multi-cultured culture but his own. And the lady from the school board who is driven by a dream. She doesn't know her ABCs but values self-esteem. And girls who think Jane Austen characters really exist. Those silly little twits, I want them on her list. And they none of them be missed. They none of them be missed. There's the people now in government who regulate our life, and environmentalists. I've got them on the list. All those lawyers who invent a case to profit from the strife, and judicial activists. They none of them be missed. And elected high officials of a compromising kind, who feel your pain and take your gain, then pay you never mind, and run a bed and breakfast from their office, such of you. But the task of filling up the list I'd rather leave to you, for it really doesn't matter whom you put upon the list, for they none of them be missed. They none of them be missed. He's got them on the list. He's got them on the list, and they none of them be missed. They none of them be missed. festivities for my wedding must last a week. I would like to do them handsomely, and I should like to consult you as to the amount I should spend upon them.
Certainly, in which of my capacities as First Lord of the Treasury, Lord Chamberlain, Attorney General, Chancellor of the Exchequer, Privy Purse, or Private Secretary?
Suppose we say as private secretary.
Why, certainly, speaking as your private secretary, I should say that as the city will be paying for it, you not stint yourself. Do it well.
That's fine advice, as the city will have to pay for it. Yes.
As private secretary, I say that. Of course, you will remember that as Chancellor of the Exchequer, I am duty-bound to see to it that due economy is observed.
But you just said don't stint yourself, do it well.
As private secretary.
Aha, and now you say that due economy must be observed.
As Chancellor of the Exchequer.
I see. Come over here where the Chancellor can't hear us. Now then, as my solicitor, how do you advise me to deal with this?
Ah, well, of course, as your solicitor, I would say without hesitation, chance it.
Thank you, I will.
Except that as Lord Chief Justice, I am bound to see that the law is not violated.
Come over here where the Lord Chief Justice can't hear us. There you go. Now then, as First Lord of the Treasury.
Yes, as First Lord of the Treasury, I do believe I can propose a special tax that would cover all of the expenses. Except that as leader of the opposition, I would be duty bound to resist it tooth and nail. As Paymaster General, I do believe, however, that I could so cook the accounts that as Lord High Auditor, I would never discover my own fraud. Wait, except that as Archbishop of Titipu, I would be duty-bound to expose my own dishonesty and turn myself over to my own custody as First Commissioner of the Police.
That's extremely awkward.
I do not say that all of these distinguished persons cannot be squared, but I do think I ought to tell you that they would not be sufficiently degraded in their own estimation unless they were insulted by a very considerable bribe.
This matter shall have my consideration, but my bride and her sister's approach and any little compliment on your part, such as an abject grovel and a characteristic Japanese attitude, would be esteemed a favor.
No money, no grovel.
love your ward. Oh, I know I deserve your anger.
Anger? Not a bit, my boy. Charming little thing, isn't she? Why, I love her myself. Glad to have my opinion backed up by so competent an authority. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Take him away.
I beg your pardon, but what is this? It's alive!
Go away, little girls. Go away. Can't talk to little girls like you. Go away.
Cuba, allow me to introduce you to my three boys. The one in the pink is my bride-to-be.
What should you have me do to them? Mind you, I will not kiss them.
Oh, no. You shan't kiss them. A little love, mere nothing. Needn't really mean it, you know.
It goes against the grain.
Come, make an effort. There's a good woman.
I shan't mean it. Howdy do, little girl. Howdy do. Oh, my protoplasmic ancestors.
That is very good.
I don't see anything to laugh at. It's very painful for me to have to say, howdy do, little girls, howdy do. I'm not accustomed to saying howdy do to anyone under the rank of associate pastor.
Never mind him, he can't help it. Don't pay any attention to them. They don't realize the delicacy of your position.
So please do we much regret if we have failed in etiquette. To what manner ranks so high, we shall know better by and by. But youth, of course, must have its fling, so pardon us, so pardon us.
And don't in girlhood's happy spring be hard on us, be hard on us, if we're inclined to dance and sing tra-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la.
Must have its fling, so pardon us, they don't take must have its fling, be hard on us. But youth, of course, must have its fling, so pardon us. Tra-la-la-la-la-la, 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 tra-la-la-la-la-la-la,
I think you ought to recollect you cannot show too much respect toward the highly talented few, but nobody does, so why should you? That you better should have its fling is hard on us, is hard on us. To our prerogative we cling, so pardon us, so pardon us, if we decline to dance and sing.
Young, at last we are alone. I have sought you night and day in the belief that your guardian was beheaded, and now I find that you are to be married to him this afternoon.
Alas! Yes!
But you do not love him.
Alas! No!
Modified rapture. Then why do you not refuse him?
Well, what good would that do? He's my guardian and he wouldn't let me marry you.
But I would wait till you were of age.
You forget that in Japan, girls do not arrive at years of discretion until they are 50.
True.
From 17 to 49 are considered years of indiscretion.
Besides, a wandering minstrel who sings outside tea houses is scarcely a fitting husband for the ward of a Lord High Executioner.
But, shall I tell her? Yes, she will not betray me. What if it should prove that I am no musician after all?
There, I was certain of it as soon as I heard you sing.
What if it should prove that I am no other than the son of His Majesty the Mikado?
The son of the Mikado? Oh, God. But why did your Highness discuss? And what is your Highness done? Why will your Highness promise never to do it again?
Well, some years ago I had the misfortune to captivate Kadisha, an elderly lady of my father's court. She misunderstood my friendly nature and claimed me in marriage under my father's law. My father ordered me to marry her that week or to perish on the scaffold. That night I fled his courts, and assuming the disguise of a second tenor, I joined the Tinipu town choir where I first saw you.
If you please, I think your Highness had better not come too near. The laws against flirting are excessively severe.
But we are quite alone, and nobody can see us.
Still, that don't make it right. To flirt is capital.
It is capital.
And we must obey the law.
If it were not for that, how happy we might be.
Happy indeed.
We should be standing side by side like that.
Instead of being obliged to stand half a mile off. Like that.
We should be gazing into each other's eyes like that.
Breathing sighs of unutterable love. Like that.
If it were not for the law.
As it is, of course, we couldn't do anything of the kind.
Not for worlds.
Being engaged to Coco, you know. Were I not to Coco plighted, I would sing in tender tone, loved one, let us be united, let us be each other's own.
I would merge all rank and station. Worldly snares are not to us. And to mark my admiration, I would kiss you fondly thus.
They would kiss me fondly thus. But as I'm engaged to Coco, to embrace you thus con poco would distinctly be no joke, and for the yam I should keep Toco.
Toco, 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 Toco.
So in spite of all temptation, such a theme I'll not discuss, and on no consideration will I kiss you fondly thus. Will I kiss you fondly thus? Let me make it clear to you, this is what I'll never do. This, oh this, oh this, oh this, this is what I'll never do. This, oh this, oh this,
Oh, this
this is what I'll never do.
I'll never do.
I'll never do.
I'll never do.
This is what I'll never
Ah, there she goes. To think how entirely my future happiness is wrapped up in that little parcel.
Really, it hardly seems worthwhile. Oh, matrimony. Now then, sir, what is it? Can't you see I'm soliloquizing? You have interrupted an apostrophe, sir.
I'm the bearer of a letter from His Majesty, the Mikado.
Oh, Mikado. Letter from the Mikado, eh? But this is in Japanese. The Mikado is struck by the fact that no executions have taken place in Chichiku for a year, and that unless someone is beheaded within 1 month, the post of Lord High Executioner shall be abolished and the city reduced to the rank of a village.
But that will involve so irretrievable ruin.
Yes, there is no help for it. You shall have to execute someone at once.
But the only question is, who shall it be?
No.
Well, it seems unkind to say so, but as you're already under the sentence of death for flirting, everything seems to point to you.
To me? What are you talking about? I can't execute myself.
Why not?
Why not? Well, because in the first place, self-decapitation is an extremely difficult, not to say dangerous thing to attempt. And in the second, it's suicide, and suicide is a capital offense.
That is,
Besides, I don't see how a man can cut his own head off.
A man might try.
Even if you only succeeded in cutting it half off, that would be something.
It would be taken as an earnest of your desire to comply with the imperial order.
No, sir, but there I'm adamant. As official headsman, I cannot embark on an operation unless I see my way to successful result.
This professional conscientiousness of yours is highly creditable, but it puts us in a very awkward position.
My good sir, the awkwardness of your position is grace itself, compared with that of a man engaged in the act of cutting off his own head.
I am afraid that unless you obtain a substitute.
Oh, a substitute! Nothing easier. Uba, I point you, Lord High. Substitute. Why, I should be delighted. Such an appointment would realize my fondest dreams. But no, at any sacrifice, I must place bounds to my insatiable ambition. I am so proud if I allowed my family pride to be my guide. I volunteer to quit this sphere instead of you in a minute or two. But family pride must be denied and set aside and mortified and mortified. My brain teems with simply terrible.
I, who allowed myself to be respited at the last moment, simply in order to benefit my native town, am now required to die within a month, and that by a man whom I have loaded with honors. Is this public gratitude? Is this? Go away, sir! How dare you? Am I never permitted to soliloquize?
Go on. Don't mind me.
What are you going to do with that robe?
I am about to terminate an unendurable existence.
Terminate your existence? Nonsense. What for?
Because you are going to marry the girl I adore.
Nonsense, sir. I won't allow it. I'm a humane man, and if you attempt anything of the kind, I shall order your instant arrest. Come, sir. Desist at once, or I summon my guard.
That's absurd. If you attempt to raise alarm, I will instantly perform the happy dispatch with this.
No! Stop! I can't allow that! What? You cold-blooded scoundrel? Are you aware that in committing suicide, you're committing a crime which is... a substitute.
What's the matter?
Is it absolutely certain you are resolved to die?
Absolutely.
And will nothing whatsoever shake your resolution?
Nothing.
Prayers, threats, entreaties, all useless.
Oh, my mind is made up.
Then, if you really mean what you say, and you are absolutely resolved to die, then don't spoil yourself by committing suicide, but be beheaded grandly at the hands of the public executioner.
I don't see how that would benefit me.
You don't? You will have a month to live, and you live like a prince. At my expense, of course. And then, when the day comes, there'll be a grand public ceremony. You'll be the central figure. No one will attempt to deprive you of that distinction. There'll be a parade, bands, the funeral march. Dun 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 dun. All the people will cry. Yum will be distracted. And then, when it's all over, fireworks in the evening. You won't be there to see them, of course, but they'll be there all the same.
Do you really think Yum Yum would be distracted out like that?
Ah, bless you, I'm convinced of it. She's the most tender-hearted little creature alive.
I should not want to cause her pain. Perhaps if I go backpacking in Europe for a couple years, I might be able to forget her.
Oh, no. I don't think you could forget a girl like Yum Yum. No. And besides, is there anything more miserable than a love-blighted life?
True.
Life without Yum Yum. It seems so absurd.
Yet so many people in this world have to endure it.
Poor devils, yes. You are quite right not to be of their number.
I won't be there.
Noble fellow!
I'll tell you how we'll manage it. Let me marry Yum Yum tomorrow, and in a month, you may be happy.
No. I draw the line at Yum Yum.
Very well then. If you can draw the line, so can I.
No, wait, stop! Be reasonable. How can I consent to your marrying Yum Yum when I'm going to marry her myself?
My good friend. She'll be a widow in a month, and you can marry her then.
Yes, I quite see that, but my position for that month will be most unpleasant. Most unpleasant.
Not half so unpleasant as my position at the end of it.
Well, yes, I agree. But wait, you won't prejudice her against me, will you? You see, she's been taught to regard me as a wise and good
Trust me, she'll never learn the truth from me.
Congratulate me, gentlemen, I found a volunteer. The Japanese equivalent for his name, Kipu. I think he'll do.
Yes, yes, he'll do.
He yields his life if Yum all surrender. Now I adore that girl with passion tender, and could not yield her with a ready will, or hurt a lot if I did not adore myself with passion and rusted, with passion and rusted.
Ah, yes, he holds himself with passion tender still.
Take her. Not you! She's yours.
The threatening cloud has passed away. Shines the dawning day. And though the night may come too soon, here's a hope of afternoon. Then let love fall, come show joy and calm. With laughing song and merry
See, I'll take the top off it. I think it's very indelicate of you to refer to such a subject on such a day. If my married happiness is to be cut short.
Yum Yum in tears on her wedding morn.
They've been reminding me that in a month you're to be beheaded. Yes, we've been reminding her that you're to be beheaded.
Yes, it is quite true. You are to be beheaded.
Now some bridegrooms might be depressed by this sort of thing. What's a month? Bah. These divisions of time are purely arbitrary. Who says 24 hours makes a day?
Well, there's a popular impression to that.
Then we'll fix it. We'll call each second a minute, each minute an hour, each hour a day, and each day a year. At that rate, we've about 30 years of married life.
And at that rate, this interview has already lasted 4 hours.
Yes. How time flies when one is thoroughly enjoying oneself.
That's the way to look at it.
Yes, let's be perfectly happy.
Go on. Don't mind me.
I'm afraid we're distressing you.
No, I must get used to it. Only please, do it by degrees. Begin by putting your arm around her waist. There, let me get used to that first.
Oh, wouldn't you like to retire? It must pain you to see us so affectionate together.
No, I must learn to bear it. Now, if you could oblige me by allowing your head to rest on your shoulder.
Like that.
Yes, thank you. I'm much obliged. Simple torture.
Oh, come. Bear up. After all, it's only for a month.
No, it's no use deluding oneself with false hopes.
What do you mean?
My child, my poor child. How shall I give it to her? My little bride that was to have been.
Was to have been.
Yes, you can never be mine.
What?
I have just ascertained that under the Mikado's law, when a married man is beheaded, his wife is buried alive.
Buried alive?
Yes, buried alive. It's a most unpleasant death.
But whom did you get that from?
Oh, from Pooh-Bah. He's my solicitor.
But he may be mistaken.
So thought I. So I consulted the Attorney General, Master of the Roads, Lord Chief Chancellor, Second Groom of the Backstairs, and the Chief Commissioner of Police. They're all of the same opinion. Never knew such unanimity on a point of law in my life.
But that law has never been put into force.
Not yet. You see, flirting is the only crime punishable by decapitation. And married men never flirt.
Oh, I quite forgot that. Well, I suppose my dream of happiness has come to an end.
Darling, I don't want to appear selfish.
And I love you with all of my heart. I don't suppose I shall ever love anyone else half as much. But when I agreed to marry you,
My urn, I had no idea
that
It does make a difference.
You seem very alive. It's such a stuffy dad. You see my difficulty, don't you?
Yes, and I see my own. If I insist on you keeping your vow, I condemn you to a hideous death. But if I release you from your vow, you marry Coco at once. Here's a pretty mess, in a month or less. I must die without a wedding, let the bitter tears I'm shedding witness my distress. Here's a pretty mess, here's a pretty mess.
Here's a howdy-do, if I marry you. When your time has come to perish, then the maiden whom you cherish must be slaughtered too. Here's a how-do-do, here's a how-do-do.
Here's the state of things, to her life she clings. Matrimonial devotion doesn't seem to suit her notion, burial it brings. Here's the state of things, here's the state of things.
And no passion that intends
I worship and adore, but the laws of common sense we ought to ignore. If what she says is true, 'tis death to marry you. Here's a pretty state of things, here's a pretty how-do-do. Here's a pretty state of things, a pretty state of things.
Here's a how-do.
Here's a how-do-do. For if what he says is true, I cannot marry you. Here's a pretty, pretty state of things.
Here's a pretty how-do-do. My poor boy, I'm really very sorry for you.
Thanks, old chap.
I cannot conceive of anything more distressing than to have one's marriage broken off at the last moment. But you shan't be disappointed of a wedding. You shall come to mine.
Thanks, but that's quite impossible.
Why so?
Because today, I die.
What do you mean?
I can't live without Jeong-Young. This afternoon I performed the Happy Dispatch.
Now wait, stop! I can't allow that.
Why not?
Why not? Why, hang it all, you're under contract to die at the hands of the public executioner. If you commit suicide, what's to become of me? Why, I shall have to be executed in your place.
It would certainly seem so.
The Mikado! The Mikado! The Mikado and his suite are approaching the city. We'll be here in 10 minutes.
The Mikado! Now look here, this is getting serious. A bargain's a bargain, and you really mustn't frustrate the ends of justice by committing suicide. Now, let's see. Here's what we'll do. As a man of honor and a gentleman, you're bound to die ignominiously by the hands of the public executioner.
Very well then, behead me.
What now?
Why certainly, at once.
Chop it off! Chop it off! My good sir, I don't go about prepared to execute gentlemen at a moment's notice. Why, I never even go to fly. Still, as Lord High Executioner. Ah, as Lord High Executioner, I have to execute him in a month's time. I'm not ready yet. I don't know how it's done. I plan to take lessons. I mean, to start with the guinea pig and work my way through the until I come to a second tenor. Why, don't suppose that as a humane man, I accepted the post of Lord High Executioner without assuming the duties were purely nominal. Why, I can't kill you. I can't kill anything. I can't kill anybody. Oh, God.
Oh, my poor chap. We all have unpleasant duties to discharge of at times. For what is it, if I don't mind? Why should you? Remember, sooner or later, it must be done.
Must it? I'm not so sure of that.
What do you mean?
Why should I execute you when making an affidavit that so will do just as well? Here are plenty of witnesses. Lord High Admiral, Lord Chief Justice, Master of the Rose, Groom of the Buckhounds, and Chief Commissioner of Police.
But where?
There they are. They'll all swear to it, won't you?
Am I to understand that all of these high officers of state are required to perjure ourselves in order to ensure your protection?
Why not? You'll be grossly insulted as usual.
Will the insult be cast down or installments?
It will be a ready money transaction.
Ha! Name your fiction, and I'll endorse it.
But I tell you, life without Shelley.
Oh, yum, 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 bother, yum, yum. Here, Commissioner, go and fetch Yum Yum. Now look here. Take Yum Yum and marry Yum Yum, only go away and never return. Ah, here she is. Yum Yum, are you particularly busy?
Not particularly.
Then go along with His Grace the Archbishop of Titipu, and he'll marry you at once.
But if I'm to be buried alive...
Oh, don't ask any questions now. Just go along and Nanky will explain it all along the way.
Oh, wait, 1 moment.
Not for words! The Mikado is coming, and if he finds you alive, I shall have the greatest difficulty in persuading him that I beheaded you.
generally reckoned a true philanthropist.
It is his very humane endeavor to make to some extent each evil ever a running river of harmless merriment.
Object of sublime, I shall achieve in time to let the punishment fit the crime, the punishment fit the crime, and make his prisoner hurt, and melody and represent a source of innocent merriment, of innocent merriment. Society sins in chatter and bleat and war, and permanent sinnings and government reaches 884.
Those people who pierce their eyebrows and noses and cover themselves with tattoos shall find it their duty to ponder their beauty of classical roots at the Louvre. The rock and roll singer is sent to a series cantatas and string quartets. My pocket are woven with bronze and Beethoven and pensively wrought minuets.
My object of sublime, I shall achieve in time to let the punishment fit the crime, the punishment fit the crime, and make these words my words, I willingly represent a source of innocent merriment, of innocent merriment. The advertising quack brings tales of countless cures. His teeth have an act, all be extracted by cannon by avenue shores.
The egotist is self-serving pronouncements all desire to shed. It's locked in a slam of countless jackhammers, our comical endlessly work. Those folks who count during Sunday sermons and let their kids squirm about, spend weeks reading mysteries, lengthy as histories, with the final chapter torn out.
My object of sublime, I shall achieve in time to let the punishment fit the crime, the punishment fit the crime, and make these words my words, I willingly represent a source of innocent merriment, of innocent merriment.
I welcome your majesty in the Mikado. Your wishes have been taken care of. The execution has just taken place. The coroner has just handed me the certificate. I am the coroner.
At Tinnipoo, in the presence of the Lord High Chancellor, Lord Chief Mayor, Secretary of State for the Home Department, groom of the second floor front.
They were all there, Your Majesty. I counted them myself.
I was weak and in time for the performance.
Ah, a man of gigantic strength he was. His struggles were terrific. It was a remarkable scene.
Describe.
The criminal cried as he dropped him down in a state of wild alarm. A fearful, frantic, frightful frown, I bared my big right arm. I seized him by his little pigtail, and on his knees fell he. As he squirmed and struggled and gurgled and guggled, I drew my snicker snee. My snicker snee. Never shall I forget the cry or the shriek that shrieked at me. As I gnashed my teeth and from my sheath I drew my snicker snee.
The open world we cannot tell a true or groundless tale. He always tries to optimize, and every time he fails.
thou 3 times to me. 'Twas none of your impudent offhand knights, but as humble as could be. For it clearly knew the deference due a man so I vow that deathly vow was a touching sight to see. Though trunkless yet, it couldn't forget the deference due to me.
Dissatisfied with his position?
None whatever. On the contrary, he was going to marry her.
I am surprised that you fled from one so lovely.
That is not true. You hope that I am not beautiful because my face is plain. But you know nothing. You are still unenlightened. Learn then that beauty is not to be sought in the face alone. My face is unattractive.
It is.
But I have a left shoulder blade that is a miracle of loveliness. People come from miles around just to view it. My right elbow has a fascination that few can resist.
Allow me.
Tuesdays and Thursdays, by appointment. As for my circulation, it is the largest in the world.
And yet he fled.
And is now masquerading in this town, disguised as a second tenor.
A second tenor?
Yes. He goes by the name of
Nakey-poo.
Nanky.
Ah, well, you see, it's really easy. No, wait, I mean, it's rather difficult to...
See here! Nakey-poo beheaded this
Dear, dear, dear. This is all very troublesome.
In your anxiety to carry out the Mikado's wishes, you have beheaded the heir to the throne of Japan.
If your majesty will accept our sincerest apologies.
I desire to associate myself with that expression of regret.
We really had the least notion.
Of course you hadn't. Come, my dear fellow, don't distress yourself. It was really no fault of yours. If a man of exalted rank chooses to disguise himself as second tenor, he must take the consequences. I'm sure he thoroughly deserved all he got.
We are infinitely obliged to your majesty.
Much obliged, your majesty.
Very much obliged, Your Majesty.
Obliged? Not a bit. Don't mention it.
Certainly, we had no way of knowing who the gentleman really was.
It wasn't written on his forehead, you know.
It might have been on his American Express card, but he must have left home without it.
I get the punishment for accomplishing a death we had apparent.
Punishment?
Yes, something winged with boiling oil in it, I fancy.
Boiling oil occurs in it, I think, but I'm not sure. I know it's something humorous and lingering. With boiling oil or melted lead.
Come, I'm not a bit angry.
If your majesty will accept our assurance that we had no idea.
I knew nothing about it.
I wasn't there.
That's the pathetic part. Unfortunately, the fool of an act says accomplishing the death is heir apparent. There's not a word in there about a mistake. No. Or not knowing? No. Or having no notion?
No.
Or not being there?
No.
There should be, of course.
Yes!
But there isn't.
And that's the slovenly way in which these acts are always drawn.
Now then, let's see about your execution. Will after lunch suit you? Can you wait till then?
Oh, yes. We can wait till then.
Fine, we'll make it after luncheon.
I don't think I'll have any lunch.
I am really very sorry for you all, but this is an unjust world and virtuous triumph only in theatrical performances. See how the face their gifts are lot, for A is happy, B is not,
Yet B is worthy, I dare say, of more prosperity than A.
but is B more worthy?
I should say he's worth a great deal more than A. Yet A is happy, oh so happy, laughing, ha ha, chatting, ha ha, nectar, puffing, ha ha ha, ever joyous, ever gay, happy undeserving A. Ever joyous, ever gay, happy undeserving A. If I were fortune, which I'm not, B should enjoy his happy lot, and A should die in misery. That is assuming I am B. Others perish, but should A perish, that should he, of course, assuming I am B. B should be
Happy, oh so happy, laughing, ha ha, chatting, ha ha, nectar, puffing.
condemned to die is he.
Well, this is a fine mess you've got us into. What with your nodding head and the deference to a man of pedigree.
Silly cooperative detail intended to give artistic verisimilitude to an otherwise bold and unconvincing narrative.
Cooperative detail? Cooperative fiddlesticks?
Oh, and you're just as bad. What with your silly stories about you catching his eye and whistling in air?
Oh, and what about your big right arm?
Yes, and your snicker sneeze.
Well, never mind that now. Can't be helped. There's only one thing to be done. Nanky-Poo must come back to life at once. Ah, Nanky-Poo! There you are! I've good news for you. You're reprieved.
But it's too late. I'm a dead man and off to my honeymoon.
Wait, hold on. A terrible thing has just happened. It appears that you are the son of the Mikado.
Oh, Mikado.
Yes, yeah, that happened, but it was quite some time ago.
Is this a time for airy persiflage? Your father's here and with Kadisha, and he wants you particularly.
So does she.
Oh, but he's married now.
Well, bless my heart, what's that got to do with it?
Kadisha claims me in marriage, but I can't marry her because I'm already married. Consequently, she'll insist on my execution. If I'm executed, my wife will have to be buried alive.
You see our difficulty.
Yes, and I don't know what's to be done.
There's one hope for you. If you could persuade Kadisha to marry you, she would have no further claim on Nanky-Poo, and he could come to life without any fear of being put to death.
I married Kadisha. My good girl, have you seen her? She's something appalling.
Ah, but that's only her face. She has a left shoulder blade which people come miles to see.
And her right heel is much admired by connoisseurs.
My good sir, I decline to pin my fancy on any lady's right heel.
It comes to this. While Kadisha is single, I prefer to be a disembodied spirit. But if she were married, existence would be as welcome as the flowers in spring.
The flowers that bloom in the spring, tra-la, breathe promise of merry sunshine. As we merrily dance and we sing, tra-la, we welcome the hope that they bring, tra-la, of a summer of roses and wine, of a summer of roses and wine. And that's what we mean when we say that a thing is welcome as flowers that bloom in the spring. Tra-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la, the flowers that bloom in the spring. Tra-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la.
The flowers that bloom in the spring, tra-la, have nothing to do with the case. I have to take under my wing, tra-la, a most unattractive old thing, tra-la, with a caricature of a face, with a caricature of a face. And that's what I mean when I say or I sing, oh bother the flowers that bloom in the spring. Tra-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la, oh bother the flowers of spring. Tra-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la.
Where shall I find another?
Kadisha?
The miscreant who robbed me of my love! But vengeance pursues. They are heating the cauldron.
Kadisha, Kadisha, mercy, mercy!
Mercy! Oh, did you have mercy on him? You have slain my love. He did not love me, but he would have loved me in time. I am an acquired taste. Well, he is dead. And where shall I find another? It takes years to train a man to love me. And you have robbed me of my prey just I mean my pupil. Just as his education was on the point of completion. Where shall I find another?
Here. Here. Kadisha, for years I have loved you. True, it was under a poor mask of disgust. I endeavored to conceal a passion whose inner fires were boiling the oil. No, wait, I mean broiling the soul within me. But the fire will not be smothered. It declares itself in words that will not be weighed, cannot be swooned, and should not be too severely criticized. Kadisha, I dare not hope for your love, but I will not live without it.
You, whose hands still wring die that no one ever yet died of a broken heart.
You know not what you say. Listen. On a tree by a river, a little tomtit sang, willow, tit, willow, tit, willow. And I said to him, Dicky bird, why do you sit singing willow, tit, willow, tit, willow? Is it weakness of intellect, birdie, I cried, or a rather tough worm of your little inside? With a shake of his poor little head, he replied, oh, willow, tit, willow, tit, willow. He slapped at his chest as he sat on that bough, saying, willow, tit, willow, and the cold perspiration bespangled his brow. Oh, willow, tit, willow, tit, willow. And he sobbed and he sighed and a gurgle he gave. Then he plunged himself into the billowy waves. And an echo arose from the suicide grave. Oh, willow, tit, willow, tit, willow. Now I feel just as sure as I'm sure that my name isn't willow, tit, willow, tit, willow. That was blighted affection that made him exclaim, oh, willow, tit, willow, tit, willow. And if you remain careless and obdurate, I shall perish as he did, and you will know why. Though I probably shall not exclaim as I die, oh, willow, tit, willow, tit, willow.
Did he really die of love?
He really did. I knew the bird intimately.
Did you? He must have been very fond of her.
He was. His devotion was something extraordinary.
And if I refuse you, will you go and do the same?
At once!
No! No, you wasn't! Anything but that! I was a silly little goose.
You are.
And you won't hate me if I'm just a little teeny weeny wee bit bloodthirsty, will you?
Hate you? Oh, cadishers are not even beauty in bloodthirstiness.
My idea, exactly. There was beauty in the battle of the blast. There was grandeur in the growling of the gale. There is eloquent outpouring when the lion is a-roaring and the tiger is a-lashing of his tail.
Yes, I like to see a tiger from the Congo or the Niger, and especially when a lashing of his tail.
Volcanoes have a split that is grim, and earthquakes only terrify the dolts. But to him who's scientific, there is nothing that's terrific in the bubbling of a flight of thunderbolts.
Yes, in spite of all my meekness, if I had a little weakness, it's a passion for a flight of thunderbolts.
extreme old age. Do you fancy you are elderly enough? Information I'm requesting on the subject interesting is the maiden all the better when she's tough.
Throughout this wide dominion, it's a general opinion that she'll last a good deal longer when she's tough.
Are you old enough to marry, do you think?
Oh, yes.
Should wait till you are 80 in the shade.
But why?
There's a fascination frantic in a ruin that's romantic. Do you think you are sufficiently decayed?
To the man that you mentioned, I have given some attention, and I think I am sufficiently decayed. That is so sad.
Dairy now, dairy, it's evident, very I'll chase our one. Away we'll go and merrily, merry, no time we tarry till day is done.
Sing Terry down, Terry will merrily, merry, no totally Terry till day is done.
Now then, we've had a capital lunch, and we're quite ready. Have all the painful preparations been made?
Your Majesty, all is prepared.
Mercy! Mercy on Coco! Mercy on Peterson! Mercy even for a poobah.
I beg your pardon, I didn't quite catch that last remark.
Mercy even for Poobah.
My husband that was to be is dead, and I have just married this miserable object.
Oh, you've not been long about it. We were married before the registrar.
I am the registrar.
I see, but my trouble is, as you have slain the heir apparent. The heir apparent is not slain. Bless my heart, my son.
And your daughter-in-law elected.
Traitor! You have deceived me!
Madam, I assure you that I am as trustworthy as the President of the United States. Well, I am.
Still, I think we are entitled to a little explanation.
Ah, well, you see, it's like this. It is true that when I stated I killed Nanky Poo, that...
Yes, and with most affecting particulars.
Really cooperative detail intended to give artistic verisimilitude to an otherwise bald.
Will you refrain from putting in your order? Well, it's like this. When your Majesty says for a thing to be done, it's as good as done, because your Majesty's word is law. Your Majesty says to kill a gentleman, and a gentleman is told off to be killed. Consequently, he's as good as dead. Practically, he is dead, and if he is dead, then why not say so?
I see. Nothing could be possibly more satisfactory.